see you round. Cause we made it to the top. To the top, to the top. And we're never coming down, down, down.
Oh, we are already bobbing our heads. Okay, Shakespeare may be the OG, but our next guests are taking the tragedy of Othello to a whole new level.
Oh yeah, Stages Othello, the remix, is bringing the reimagined love, jealousy, and betrayal center stage with a modern twist. And breaking down this unique theatrical experience are Cameron Noonley, who plays Othello, and Gabriel Mullen, who plays Iago. Okay,
welcome.
This is not your typical Othello that you studied in school, because what we just saw looks like a completely different theater piece, right?
Yeah, of course. No, it's very different. We're rapping the entire time. We're giving you the same exact story of Othello, where you know, there's jealousy, doubts. What else?
Yeah, no, it's the story of Othello. You know, in ours, he's a rapper instead of you know, a military general. But you know, he has this group of players or rappers, and Iago and Cassio. I mean, it's the classic story of Othello.
Okay, for people who don't know that though, who didn't study their Shakespeare, maybe tell us. I'm like, you know, for someone here who may not know, what would that be like? Like, who's Iago?
So yeah, it's essentially Othello is the head of. He's the head of this record label. He's the head rapper. He's like from the ground up, made himself, and he brought up this guy Iago and Cassio. Iago was his right-hand man for a really long time, but then Cassio, he's a little younger. Othello brought him up instead, and Iago feels very betrayed in that. And so the whole story is Iago's plan to kind of take down Othello and Cassio and, you know, everything around him.
Mad jealousy, just incredible jealousy.
Mad jealousy.
And you know what? But this happens all the time in the real world. That's such a relatable experience,
of course,
right?
Yeah. And Othello, and like, you know, relatable in that Othello before all this is very much a confident man. He's very much a, you know, built himself from the ground up. So why wouldn't he feel like he is untouchable? You know what I mean? And so Iago pretty much breaks that entire character down, deceives him the entire time, and destroys him until ultimately there's tragedy in the end, which we won't spoil. But
yeah, don't spoil
for those who haven't seen Othello, we won't spoil.
Yeah, make him come to the theater.
Yeah, come on over.
So Gabriel, you just mentioned the word record label. That's not something that we're going to read in the original. So how does this production differ from any other Othello production that people may be basing this off of?
So that's what was really interesting. Like, there's a lot of modern adaptations of Othello, and a lot of them bring it into that modern military space, right? But this one decided to go, because we're doing a rapperetta, it went the direction of, he's a rapper. We have a CEO of the record label, Loco Vito, which is Lodovico in the original. So it's a complete just transformation of the script. It's not only I wouldn't even call it an adaptation as much as a retelling. It really is like a remake of the original show.
And Cameron, we're watching stills of the production here, but am I right in the fact that the stage moves and there's a DJ?
Absolutely.
What is that like performing every night?
This is amazing. This is one of the best things we've ever had at Stages. We've never done this at Stages, where the table moves under us. And it's great because there are moments when me and him specifically are standing in the center, and like it's almost like the world is revolving around us. We have stairs that come in that looks like a whole record, like the needle on a record, and it spins this story, you know what I mean? In Othello. And so, yeah, it's amazing. It's a fun time. We have checks every morning just to make sure we don't fall off this thing. You know, make sure we're keeping ourselves safe, and yeah, it's one of the best times I've ever performed on a moving stage like this. This is great.
Now, how do you go from, you know, regular theater, studying a script, into making it a rap script? I mean, because it's almost like memorizing a song.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, and the movement and the rhythm. But I mean, this is full-on rapping, but people are understanding what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it's exactly like that, and I think Gabe can attest that we're both very big hip-hop heads. You know, we love rap, we love hip-hop. You know, we've been following this Kendrick and Drake stuff. So
the beef.
Yeah, the beef, exactly. You know, we're in our dressing room, like breaking it down, like what does this mean for our characters now?
Right.
But no, you know, we're learning it, you know, like a song. Like, you know, we have to trust each other. There's moments where we go back and forth between lines. Like I throw a line to Gabe and he throws one back to me. So it's a lot about trust in a lot of ways too, of just like, you know, in Hamilton stuff and those ideas of, you know, keeping a song in your head and keeping on the rhythm. It's just like that, like you said. Actually kind of makes it easier sometimes.
Absolutely, and also easier to digest, right?
Exactly.
So Gabe, how have audiences been receiving it? Like, if your friends and family went, or your friends, what are they saying about the play? Like, what's their favorite part?
You know, I expected, so like, my mom came to see the show. Shout out, Mom.
Big shout out. Big weekend for her. Big weekend for moms.
She came to see the show, and she's really not into rap music like that. I've always been into it, but she hasn't. But when she came to see the show, and I think everybody who has seen the show can attest, like, it's a fun time. I think everybody's enjoying it. I think people who don't like rap are able to, like, kind of suspend that for a moment and just like, hey, it's theater, we love it. These guys are doing their thing up there. They're running a marathon. Yeah. Like, they're having a good time.
Non-stop, yeah.
But I think also in the script for people who are hip hop heads, they're gonna be like, oh, that is a line from this guy. That's a line from this guy. There's so many callbacks in the script to real 90s and early 2000s hip hop. Yeah. It's just it's so true to the genre.
And I like how Tessa said, for anybody who might not want to go see Othello, oh, boring, they may walk in and go, that was the best Othello story I've ever seen, right?
Cutting it down from 180
minutes to
80. Like, I mean, that's 100 minutes of your life back to you. We're gonna tell you the story real quick, and then you can go have fun, tell your friends about it and stuff.
Well, I like the callback to Hamilton because we saw how well received that was.
Course.
We have a director from Houston in on this one, so it's hyper local, but also a hyper classic. So I mean, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
And we can't wait to see the show.
Yeah, we're gonna see you there.
I can't wait to see the spinning stage, too. That's like amazing.
Let me let you step on it.
Cameron Nunley and Gabriel Mon, thank you so much. You can catch Othello, the remix, from now through June 9th. Visit HoustonLife.tv for a link to get those tickets.
I wish we could rap.
I know. Let's practice. Let's get some lessons.
Okay, we will. Okay, we're gonna start our rap lessons, but then still to come.